And so we'll join in progress. But right now I want to talk with Kate Geiger. You know, Kate, last year I'd look across the street. There were guys crawling all over that building. There was scaffolding. There was, windows out, doors in, all kinds of work being done.
Everything.
Now I look over there. I see a nice, clean building. It looks gorgeous. Josh just closed the blind, so I can't see it anymore. But even the tape is off the steps.
Yes,
so
the
tape
tape is off
cured.
the steps. We didn't really have a big ribbon cutting. We just took the police tape off the front of the steps last Tuesday because we just really wanted to be open. We know that there are still things left to do. It's not completely, but we're fully functional and fully open, and that was the important part.
The Indiana Free Library is the building of which we speak. Of course, the community center building right across the street from our radio station. Must feel good, huh?
It does.
Yeah.
It does. It's wonderful to be open and to tell people, come on in. And, we've got all the collections available and the programs are starting back up again. And that's really what I wanted to tell you about is the summer programs are all in swing now. We started with our kickoff yesterday for the children's programs and had STEM programs on all 3 floors, and a lot of people just wanted to come in and look. So I am inviting people to come in and look. They really want to see what's going on.
And while they're there, they can get a really good idea of what the library does. There's so many things. So you mentioned summer reading and kids programming for the summer.
Yes, we've got summer reading, and there's a program almost every day but Friday for kids in differing ages. We've got, for the little ones on Mondays, like birth to 2, we have a program called Little Explorers, and then on Tuesdays there's astronauts in training, 3 to 5 year olds, and then on Tuesdays, we also have another one called Galaxy Quest, which is for kids 12 and up, and that's in the afternoon. Okay. And if you notice the names, it sounds all related to moon and space, and it is, and that's very intentional. All of our programs this year have to do with the moonwalk. It's the 50th anniversary of the moonwalk on July 20th, so a lot of our programs are kind of building to that, and we're going to do a celebration on the 20th, and that's a Saturday. Yeah. But all of our programs are kind of about that. On Wednesdays, we have classes for kids 4 to 8, and that's Makers in Space. So very activity-oriented, very STEM-oriented programs. Wednesday in the evening at 7 o'clock, especially for working parents, to just bring the kids, and we've got all kinds of STEM activities, and they can pretty much self-select what it is they want to do. So that's kind of available on Wednesday evenings. And then on Thursday, we have a class called Tech Wizards for kids 9 to 11. And they're going to be doing all kinds of things related to coding and some basic kind of concepts like that. So
sounds to me like you're disguising learning as fun here.
Oh my, yes. Yes, that is. Well, that's what libraries do. It is fun and it is enjoyable, but it's good for everyone, and it really doesn't matter what the age is. Learning is healthy for your mind and your mental abilities, and we have lots of senior programs as well. We have things for all of our regular programs are back in action. We have knitting and quilting. We have a mahjong group, people learning to play mahjong on Monday evenings. We did have a Dungeons and Dragons that started as a monthly program on a Saturday at the beginning of the year, and then because we were closed for so long, it kind of went away, and it's going to be coming back to the library. So we have a lot of things that during our closing have continued in other locations. We had some book clubs meeting at Cafe Amadeus and Artist Hand and in homes. So I, thank the people who kept those things going by keeping the group together and meeting in their own homes, but we're all back in the library now.
Yeah, it shows how much these programs mean to them, though, that they
really
would do
does, that they would keep it going. Yeah.
Now, you have a summer food program as well.
We do, and that is new for us. We have not been eligible prior to this year. Well, actually, last year we probably could have done it, but because of construction, we weren't able to make that happen. And this year we are. So we are participating. That summer food program comes to the Indiana area from the Pittsburgh Food Bank. Okay. Our local sponsor is the YMCA. And so what that means for us is that we are not a site that prepares the food. We are distributing the food, and our food is actually prepared by Mac Park Pool.
Oh,
so
okay.
the concession stand out there is going to prepare food for us day by day. And so for our summer food program, kids can come to the library and be there for a program at 10:30, and then we'll serve lunch from 11:30 to 12:30. So if the parents come and register, now that's new. We haven't ever had registration for programs before, but because of the summer food program, we are asking people to go on and register on our website, and that way we know how many kids are going to come and how many lunches to prepare. So we have to report that day by day to let them know what the numbers are going to be. So
now, in terms of time frame, when must they register in order to bring the kids?
it's best if they register 48 hours in advance. Now, I know some people may not have a computer at home or a way to go online and log in and register for the program or for the summer food. And so it's best if they want to call the library and just tell us, you know, the names and ages of the kids that are coming, then we can register for them.
Okay.
But we really do need that. The other sites say no registration required, but we don't really have a way of finding out what our numbers are going to be. So,
in terms of ages of the kids?
Ages of the kids, they have to be under 18
Okay.
to be able to participate in the summer food program. And if you have the ages of the kids on the registration, then we know which programs they're signing up for as well.
Yeah, and if there are dietary restrictions for any given child, you'd want to know that too, correct?
Well, actually, if there are dietary restrictions, it's best for them to call Mac Park Pool.
Oh, okay.
I can tell them what the menu is going to be day by day. Monday is hot dog day. Tuesday is pizza sticks. Wednesday is hamburgers. Thursday is a ham and cheese sandwich. And Friday is chicken patty. And, you know, they often come with fruit or a nutritious snack and white milk. If there's any food issues or allergies, we're not doing the preparation, so they would need to call Mac Park Pool concession stand and find out how the food is prepared.
We're talking with Kate Geiger from the Indiana Free Library, which is now reopened and fully reopened after their construction. So what's new since you got the new digs over there?
What's new? Really, the children's department is our main feature. If people would come down, even without children, just come down and look around. It's really looking good. We have a separate story area in a room that used to be just for storage. We had a lot of interactive toys and craft things in there, but we've moved storage to another space, and that has now become a separate story room for the kids. It really is great looking.
Yeah.
So all new furniture and things like that, just very colorful. And then the area that used to be our story area is being turned into a craft center. So that will be dedicated for craft and STEM toy activities and things in that area. So it's really better for the kids to have separate places where this can be done rather than right there in the middle of everything.
Yeah.
So it's going to work really well. And then on the first floor, all new flooring. And our reference desk is moved, and so far that's pretty much the only changes that we've made. But we are intending to continue. So what I'm saying is we're open, but we're not done.
Sure.
So
sure.
we're going to work on raising some money and continuing with making some changes there.
One of our most fun activities of this spring has been watching the workmen trying to get those big, huge rolls of carpet up those steps and in the building.
So there are a lot of fun things to watch in this whole project. And then on the second floor, we've got a new kitchen in the community room and new carpeting, and you know that all looks new and remodeled, and so people come in and go, "Oh, this looks so nice." So it really does.
Yeah,
really does look nice.
And it's probably very nice that there's not so much dust and noise as well.
Yes, and our air conditioning now works. So for the staff, that's a big plus with summer coming on.
There you go. Now, one of the interesting things about the Indiana Free Library has been how it seems like incrementally there have been upgrades to the digital programs. I mean, digital services at the Free Library just keep growing, don't they?
Yes, and what's really great is while we were closed, a lot of people who haven't tried those services before actually got on and tried them and discovered what we have, and now they're very excited for that, so they're able to use both. But we have really great digital services, and I'm glad that people are finding them. So so that's just kind of a really neat thing. And probably the one that is most surprising for a lot of people is our online classes. You can go on and take a 6-week instructor-led class that's skill building. A lot of the things are related to job skills or hobbies, things that people like to learn how to do. Those are really great classes. Even in a work environment, if you need a certification, you take the final exam, you get a certification that says, I now have this skill, I now know Excel, things that are really important to people in their work and their skills that they're able to put in a resume or something like that. And so, they go on and do that, and it's free. And so if they don't pass the first time, take it again. There's no loss.
Sure,
sure. So those are really great. And there's some very good study materials for all kinds of life-changing exams, GED, GRE, that kind of thing. We've got online just about everything, ebook, audiobook. So it's a lot of good stuff.
It's a bigger, much broader world.
It is.
Just a couple of more moments left with Kate Geiger this morning. So I want to talk about the old traditional library cards, which we used to all get when we were kids.
Yep.
And that whole issue with the library in today's day and age, and funding as well is really important too.
Yes, it is. And we do, our library cards are still paper, and we have a little barcode on there. That's the only difference from the old to the new card. But the library card issue has been big for a lot of people, and it has to do with our funding. We do receive support from Indiana Borough and White Township, and because we receive support from Indiana Borough and White Township, we are able to serve those residents for free. One of the big issues is that beyond the Indiana School District, people pay for a library card, and that is because financially we don't receive support from any other municipality or school district. And so since we do receive funding from those, we're able to offer a card for free. And, at some point, we'd like to change that. We'd like to, if we ever received county funding, we would be able to serve the whole county. But as of right now, we serve the Indiana School District. And then what that means is in Indiana County, there are, about 67,000 people who don't have access to a library without paying, and that's a big issue for a lot of people. Yeah,
and that's one of those things you work on for the future.
We work on, right, exactly.
All right, well, it just sounds like for you and for your entire staff, it's a whole new world, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It is. Lots of good things going on.
People want to know more. Obviously, you need to get to the library, visit it, and see what all is there, and talk with people. But there's also an online site that you can check out as well.
Absolutely. And when you have a library card, all of those things are open to you.
Beautiful. Kate, thanks so much for coming.
Thank you for having me. I'm just really excited that we're open and fully functional, and everybody should just come in and take a look.
There you go. And especially, my goodness, kids in the summertime.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you.
Very good. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. The Indiana Free Library, it's fully functional. It's flying over there right now. It's the voice of Indiana County, WCCS, AM 1160 and 101.1 FM.